everywhere I travel, I'm always very self-aware that I am not only a woman, I'm a Black woman, which sometimes can be like a double whammy, depending on where you are going in the world. So I walk through the world differently than maybe others, right? Going to Israel, what I did experience was the warmest of receptions. This country is open and accepting of people coming and experiencing their culture and their land and learning more. People that were so welcoming. I mean, welcoming into their country, into their homes, into their families, at their dinner tables.
Shabbat was one of the experiences that most impacted me. It wasn't just a dinner party. It was a celebration of the gifts that God has given us and a continual reminder that He is a part of the daily aspects of our lives.
It's a place of love. It was a place of generosity. It's just what the media is not covering. It's just interesting. People love controversy. Controversy produces cash, and I think westernized media would rather talk about the drama than talk about the good. Just like they do in our own country, it's the same thing.
Being pro-Israel does not mean that you're anti-Palestinian. Unfortunately, the Palestinian leaders are not always looking out for the best interests of their people. And so that is what makes the issue so complex and so deep. Because of course we're pro-Palestinian people, but not necessarily for the leadership.
After having met with so many Palestinians on the trip, hearing their perspective and where they're coming from, my heart reaches out to them, and I want to help them too. People in Israel care, and it's genuine. And if you're pro-Israel, doesn't mean anti-Palestinian.
Israel, it's not hateful people. They're just living their life in this tiny country at the size of New Jersey, and they're just trying to protect themselves, and not only protect themselves, but look out for other people. They're putting the effort forth to not just disregard everyone around them, even the very people that are attacking them.
You live in a different space than we do in the westernized world. We don't have a neighbor right next door to us that's attacking us and trying to blow us up. We don't have that same thing going on. So I think for people that say Israel's a problem, I would say seek first to understand, then to be understood. And also not to criticize things you don't fully understand. Be a student, not a critic. And when you can study a people and study a culture, it helps you to better understand them. And then you can have more of an empathy and sympathy and share with them or share with publicly what you disagree with. But to just come from your westernized perspective and what the news tells you and say, oh, they're the problem, I think that's a misnomer.
The Bible came to life for the first time being in the land where Jesus walked and Jesus lived and Jesus taught among the people. It really moved me.
I think what it was like to walk in the fruition of the prophecies and the scriptures that are being fulfilled, it really gave meaning to everything that we believe at a different level. If God is not faithful to Israel, then why would He be faithful to me? It's really about God's integrity. You know, the whole discussion of the nature of the Jewish people and the role of Israel theologically is really about, do we serve a God who is faithful and integrous and a God who keeps His covenant to 1,000 generations? Or do we serve a God who at a whim can dissolve His promise, can be untrue to His word or unfaithful to His promise?
It was so overpowering for me that not only was this the land that Jesus walked in and talked in and preached in, but that this was the land and the people that God first revealed Himself to and made promises to. It's God's faithfulness, just to see all these little twists and turns where God was intervening and saying, I am still in a relationship with this land and with these people.